What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Revenge, entitled Strike.Smother.Dehumanize. This is released on Season of Mist. Yeah. At this point in time, a band like Revenge really don't need that much of an introduction. But this is a band that is incredibly synonymous when it comes to black and death metal, when it comes to fringe extreme music genres like war metal. Of course, this is primarily the project of one Jay Reed. You may know him best for his other most notable extreme music project in Conqueror. Revenge has such an incredibly distinctive and unique sound. Very fast, very blistering, almost grindcore-esque in nature. The usage of pitch-shifted vocals, relentless blast beats, lyrics that aren't really posted in full, almost a sense of ambiguity when it comes to what this band is talking about. And of course, this is a band that dabbles in very misanthropic, hateful sort of things. But this is a band that does that sort of thing very, very well. And throughout the past 2 decades or so, this project has been putting out some incredible music, incredible albums, and of course, at one point in time, Pete Helmkamp of Angel Corpse and Order of Chaos was involved with this project. Albums such as Triumph, Genocide, Antichrist, Victory, Intolerance, Mastery, Infiltration, Downfall, Death, absolute classics. But moving on to the later era of the band with albums such as Scum, Collapse, Eradication, Behold Total Rejection, which was the last full length we got from this band. And then, of course, the last time we had heard something from Revenge was back in 2018 in the form of their Deceiver Diseased Miasmic EP. Only a couple of new songs, but it gave you an idea that Revenge was still making music, still making an impact, and still just being absolutely incredible music. But now we have the 6th full-length album from Revenge entitled Strike.Smother.Dehumanize. It's 10 tracks, and it clocks in at around 37 minutes in length. And the first thing I notice upon listening to this album is the fact that this album has probably one of the better production jobs I've ever heard on a Revenge record. Because when you listen to Revenge albums, everything sounds fast, everything sounds in your face, and everything sounds a little bit on the incoherent side. But once you listen to this album, you can tell that this is the same sort of Revenge style that you know and are used to, but it sounds a lot more coherent. You can hear all the instruments clearly and soundly in ways you never really would hear on any sort of Revenge record. But I wouldn't let the new cleanliness of this album sound distract you from the fact that this is another Revenge record, and this is a band that really doesn't need to change with the times or change their sound or change anything. This band has a formula. This band knows how to make something work, and they do it here once again with Strike.Smother.Dehumanize, and this is probably some of the best Revenge material I've heard to date. Definitely one of the best of 2020 for sure. I mean, this album starts off with a bang with Reaper Abyss, Real Rain. There's no calm period. This isn't an us and them sort of thing like there was on Scum, Collapse, Eradication. It just goes straight for the jugular, and it just never lets up and never holds up and never lets you off the hook, basically. You're just in on this thrill ride for a very long time, and it is just absolutely nuts. Musically, it is just so solid. I love the riffs on this album. So many killer riffs to be heard throughout this entire album. Great dive bombs, great lead-ins. I mean, songs like Rain Power, Salvation Smothered, Lightning Mythos, Self-Segregation. Just some seriously great guitar playing going on here. It is just so powerful sounding. Probably some of the most powerful sounding riffs I've heard on a Revenge record to date. It is just so over the top and crazy. I really love how everything sounds here. It's just so unbelievably heavy. I love that. When it comes to the drumming, J. Reed doing J. Reed things, basically. Fast blast beats, lots of great drum fills, lots of high energy, lots of awesome beats. It's just really over the top, and I love his drum performance here. It's the typical J. Reed drum performance you would know and expect out of Revenge. But like everything else in this throughout this entire album, you hear things a lot more clearly and a lot more coherently, and I definitely think it helps and fits to this band's advantage overall. It's just really insane. And when it comes to the vocals, it's also something that you're accustomed to hearing through Revenge records, is the mixture of high-end screams and pitch-shifted lows. I love the usage of both things that appear on this album. Of course, the high-register screams that you hear throughout this album are just fantastic. The pitch-shifted growls are just stomach-rattling. I absolutely love that about this vocal performance. It just absolutely holds your attention throughout. Of course, this album has such a brisk pace. You really think this is going to be a long time to get through, but it flies by so nicely. Very well paced, very well executed, especially when it comes to the overall vocal delivery. So overall, like I said, this is probably the most clear, most concise, most coherent sounding thing Revenge have ever done. It's also probably one of the best things I've heard Revenge ever do, because this is just absolutely devastating stuff from first minute all the way to last second. This is just a fantastic record, and it just shows you why Revenge are still doing what they know how to do best. They still have excuse me, they've still maintained their sound, and it doesn't matter that they're on a big label like Season of Mist. They still know how to get the job done and put out an absolutely barn burner of a record. So if you're into Revenge, I don't really see you not being into something like this. This is just an absolutely crazy, amazing record. So if I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Reaper Abyss, Oath Violator, Salvation Smothered, Human Animal, Lightning Mythos, and Self-Segregation. Just some really, really awesome tracks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Revenge Bandcamp page, where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally. It is available physically in a wide multitude of physical formats: a CD, digipack, cassette tape, 12-inch vinyl. There are multiple vinyl variations of this album, but I'm going to show you the one that I have right here. There you see, this is a different album cover art. There you see the skull with the lightning bolts, pretty rowdy. Glossy jacket here, track listings, more information. Badass gatefold with a lot of the Revenge symbols that you probably know best and are familiar with. Comes with this huge booklet with the actual album cover. J. Reed himself. Credits. I think this is one of the first Revenge records where you have more emphasis on what lyrics are being used here, because Revenge are pretty vague when it comes to their lyrics and delivery and leave a sense of ambiguity, but you get more in the way of lyrics here. And the version that I got is limited to 400 copies, and mine came on this really awesome metallic silver, black gray marble sort of thing. I call it a gunmetal color, personally, but it sounds phenomenal. It plays great. And the copy that I came with also came with a patch, woven patch, and this flag. I didn't get the flag at first, but the flag was mailed to me separately. Now you see this Revenge flag, Reaper Abyss. Absolutely phenomenal quality as usual, just like the last time around. But yeah, really happy to have this album, and definitely one of the best of the 2020. So again, the album is Revenge, Strike.Smother.Dehumanize. This is released on Season of Mist. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 9.5 out of 10. Definitely one of the best Revenge albums I've heard in recent memory. Definitely one of the best of 2020. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it. Are any of you guys into Revenge? How do you think it compares to their previous releases? Definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army Hell out.